If you love God, love people, and love real estate, you're in the right place. If you always wanted to make a community impact in your city while also doing God's will and making good money doing it, you're also in the right place. Welcome, everybody. My name is Derrick Forston. Super excited that you guys are here with me, and we're going to call this a check-in ILF day. So we're going to be discussing the best real estate strategy that there is. And again, my name is Derrick Forston. Again, super excited that you guys are here. I'm the owner and operator of Second Chance Housing, but I'm also the founder of Forston Consultants, where my family and I go all over the world showing people what this concept is. So before we get too far in, I want to do a quick mic check, make sure that you guys can hear me loud and clear. So if you're here, no matter what forum you're joining from, let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me loud and clear. As y'all can see, I don't have Shay with me tonight. My mom's in town, so her and my mom's downstairs having some girlfriend time. But I'm not very techie, so LaTanya, let me know if you can hear me loud and clear, sis. I super appreciate that, because y'all know I'm not techie. So before I get too deep into the night, 4 or 5 of y'all let me know in the chat if y'all can hear me loud and clear, and then we'll keep it moving. All right, good stuff. So it looks like I see LaTanya saying that yes, that she can hear me loud and clear. And Pamela, can you hear me loud and clear? I want to just make sure that it's not just LaTanya. And Raquel, the James family said that they can hear me loud and clear. Perfect. So I'm getting ready to run my big mouth. So again, if you guys don't know me, I'm just simply a guy that God put on this earth to make really all your dreams come true. Because most of y'all are just like me and my family. You guys love God, you love people, and you always been trying to get into real estate, right? So God has blessed us to kind of formulate this thing called independent living facilities. And that is a big old word for how we take a residential property and we take people from homeless to hopeful. And again, we do that in a shared living environment. Okay. Shay sending me a message, y'all, so I must be doing something wrong. Let me see. Make sure you have. Let's see. Shay said that it sounds like I'm using the wrong audio. So let me check something real quick, you guys. But you guys can hear me loud and clear, though? Because y'all told me yes, right? Let me check something real quick. Shay maybe just be messing with me, y'all, because she's not here live and she just may be picking on me. So one more time for Miss Julie and Jean. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Like, do I sound normal or do I sound weird? Yeah, everybody's saying they can. Y'all, I think Shay just picking on me, y'all, because she ain't here. And she know ain't taking. She know I'll go crazy if I think something ain't going right. She just messing with me, y'all. But anyway, let me know also if you're new to us, right? I want to know like who's super new to us. Man, there are so many of you all have been joining us lately. How many of y'all would say, Derrick, man, I discovered you in the last 14 days, bro, like 14 days or sooner. Hey, Qatar, how's it going? Miss Denise, good to see you. Miss Julie, thank you so much for helping me in the chat. Pamela, thank you as well. I really appreciate that. Let me know if you guys are super new like Denise. Because I thought for a second that was our family Denise Huffman, but that must be another Denise H. So watch how this is really cool, right? Julie says she's new. Watch how cool God does this, right? Julie, I don't know you, right? And Denise, I don't know you either. But I guarantee you that both of y'all been probably praying for something just like this. We start independent living facilities. And most of y'all know that I used to be a social worker a long time ago. That's how all of this started. And God just put it on my heart to one day to also get into the game of helping people, but also connected to real estate. Okay? So all this is, guys, is the love of God, real estate, and social services all mixed into one. I was the guy that I teach you guys to go and find 9 years ago. I was the social worker. I was the case manager. I was the guy that you want to put on your Rolodex or on your iPhone, and you want to be blowing me up and emailing me every day. Hey, Mr. Derrick, got any great clients? Just keep this in mind when you're discharging people. And Denise, that messed around and showed me a lady that was making $41,000 a month, Denise, doing exactly what I'm going to show y'all tonight. But the only difference is that she did it in rats and roaches. And Miss D said I could consider her as family already. So I always tell people, once you come and hang around us like 1 or 2 or 3 times, like you're kind of like family. We just got there's an addition to that family when you become an ILF Mastery Blueprint member, like Katara and a bunch of other people that I can name in here. they're really family because they're a part of the coaching and they're under this goodness that God has given us. But just for the new people really quickly, I usually take 2 hours to tell this story. I'm going to tell it in less than 3 minutes and we're going to move on because I want to answer a bunch of questions tonight. I literally saw somebody living my dream, y'all doing it the wrong way. God allowed me to see a girl making 41 grand a month, y'all doing this. He did it in rats and roaches. And because I knew y'all weren't going to believe me, I took pictures of it. I took videos of it. And I show you guys all the time. So again, depending on how new you are to me, I'm not sure what you've seen, right? We're live every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday for sure. But during the week, my team is always playing something. So I hope that a lot of you guys that are new to me tonight, that saying that you're new, you bumped into us on maybe a day where we kind of really maybe wasn't live like I am now. Right now, guys, where I live it is 7 or 8 p.m. I'm live. Today is Monday. And again, I guarantee you that you guys been praying for something just like this. Right? But people been hiding it from you, gatekeeping it, and you thought you needed a license. But when God allowed me to see that lady making 41 grand a month, and I was making 28 grand a year, Denise, it blew my mind. Gene, like it blew my mind to know that somebody was living my dream, doing it the wrong way, and making $41,000 a month doing it. And I always ask this question, Miss Julie. Miss Julie, if you made 41 grand a month, would that change your life a little bit? Now, if you already make that kind of money, excuse my arrogance, right? Excuse my stupidity on that. I don't mean to insult anybody. But most people was cool about our culture, the way God set it up. Most of y'all are just like me and my family. And many years ago, wasn't really making that much money. I was making 28 grand a year and saw somebody living my dream making 41 grand a month. I said, Lord, have mercy. Can I get into this? Because I'm already helping people. I love God. I love people. And I'm trying to get into this real estate game. And lucky for you all, I'm no crab in the bucket. So we share this thing everywhere we go. So very simply, guys, we take a regular residential property. We connect with social workers and case managers. And that becomes our funnel system. And we branded it as an independent living facility. But watch this. I say this all the time. I don't care what you guys call it. Just understand that the genre of people that we're housing, they don't require a license because they can feed themselves, take their own medications, and they can provide their own transportation through Uber, Lyft, taxi cab, the uncle, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the mom, the dad, anybody but y'all. Ms. Levon, I don't want you driving people around when you're doing this business. Now, this thing with Derrick later on, big bro, like I'm going to start my own Derrick, I'm gonna start my own transportation company, and we're gonna build Medicaid and all that. Great, but in this model, serving the independent people, I jokingly said, but I really mean this. My people cook their own bologna sandwich. They provide their own transportation, usually through their insurance. And guys, like, end up taking their own medications without you all and me trying to be a nurse or pretending to, and then getting in trouble and end up on the Channel 8 News. I'm not asking y'all to be something that y'all not. Hey, Till, how you doing, sis? Good to see you, Till. Hey, can I be messy real quick? Till, shout me out in the chat if you hear. I'm going to be messy. Katara, also shout me out in the chat if you hear. I'm going to be messy because both of these ladies are family. Watch this. Katara, shout me out in the chat. There go Till. Katara Johnson, please shout me out in the chat. I'm going to be so messy right now. Tia go get a kick out of this. Katara, please, I hope Katara's there. Oh my God. Please tell me it's Katara there. There go Katara. Katara, can you tell Tia to call me? I've been trying to talk to Tia for like 60 days, Katara. I don't know where she at. I don't know what she doing. I don't know if she on vacation. I haven't heard from Tia. Katara. And for y'all that don't know it, me and Tia actually is from the same hometown. I love Tia like a fat kid loves cake. But Katara, can you tell your sister to call me? I told her on this live over 40 days ago that I got a surprise for her that I lost a bet to on my team. Something my team told me about Tia, and I argued them down and said, nope, that ain't true. Nope. Katara, I've been trying to talk to your sister, Tia. So let's pretend that Tia can't hear me, right, Katara? Can you please type it in the chat, Katara? Derrick said, please give him a call. He got something he want to tell you, and it ain't no bad news. Tia, I love you, sis. Good to see you. And Katara, thank you for sending my message. Because I don't really mean to send my stuff like that by other people. But Katara, I appreciate you, telling Tia to give me a call when she get a chance. I her busy schedule. And Tia, and my mama up here too. So you already know. So I'm going to get back to the regularly scheduled program. So that was just me being a little messy, and their family, guys. Like, that is all love, and I'm being a complete clown on that. But if you're new to us, guys, I'm being serious now because I was joking. I want to be for real now. If you love God, love people, and love real estate, like, what are we waiting on? Show me something else other than you going to open up your own church. Jokingly, some of my family used to tell me, boy, that boy, Derrick, he going to be a preacher. Derrick going to be a preacher. No, I ain't. But guess what? I do have a ministry. I do love. In fact, I'm crazy about God. He crazy about me. He messed around and showed me my dream and how I can do his will through real estate. How genius is God? Now, if I was a dummy, I'd be saying, how genius is I? But the devil is a liar. God was so genius. He said, Derrick, you want to help my people? You want to do my will? Derrick, you want to receive my blessings upon your life? Derrick, in my Bible, in my word says the poor and needy will always be among us, Derrick, and we're to take care of the poor, the needy, and the widow. And it also says, Derrick, when you do unto the least of thee, the marginalized, the homeless, the displaced, the guy that's holding the sign said, I'll work for food. God said, it's like you're doing it unto me. So you mean to tell me y'all don't want to do God's will, do God a favor, and also be compensated for it? That's the biggest cheat code in life. Let me say that real quiet, because usually they'll say it loud for the people in the back. I'm gonna say this softly for people like LaTonya in Jacksonville that can catch this and don't need to scream it. You mean to tell me that I can do God's will, help people because it's biblical, and God allowed me and my family to also benefit from that while I'm helping mankind and doing God's will? Oh my God. Tia, I don't have to be a pastor to do that. Tia, you know how many of my uncles and my aunties said, boy, that boy Derrick, he gonna be a preacher. Derrick gonna be my dad and sister, that boy gonna be a preacher. No, I ain't. I don't desire to have no church and to be no preacher. But I do believe in this ministry that I have that allows me to share the love of God, show the love of God through real estate. And if you got any sense, everybody you know in your life that's wealthy, they're involved in real estate some kind of way. So why not possess the land like he also told us to do? I found out, guys, it's one thing that God don't do no more. And I want y'all to write this down because somebody gonna say, oh my God, they're gonna say something that God don't do no more. I show lamb. Get your pen out. I found out that one thing that God don't do no more, y'all, is make land. He don't make no more of that. He done that one time and allow us to discover it. We need to start buying it, building it, and getting into real estate, helping people. There's an affordable housing crisis all over your city. I don't care where you live at. For example, everybody put in the chat real quick. Where are you guys located, city and state? I just want to see it for myself, but I don't care where you're located. There's a housing crisis all throughout your city. Why not you be the answer to that? Most of y'all people that find us are God-fearing people. I would love to believe that. So listen to this genius prayer. God, can you make me the answer to my city that when people think about affordable housing, they think of me and my program? Because God, I understand that this is also doing your work and your will. You just allow me to do it through real estate. God, thank you for the generational wealth that this will also give us. But God, thank you for partnering with me in covenant to do your will through real estate. Like, how genius is that? Like, y'all can call it what you want. I think that's the biggest cheat code in life. You find a business that serves God and serves people, the finance is going to come right behind it. Not that it won't be some hard times, some tough times. All of that stuff gonna come. Charmaine, good to see you, sis. All of that stuff gonna come. But the devil is a liar that we don't keep it moving with this thing that most of y'all say, God, put it on your heart. Make sense, everybody? Now, I'm only 15 minutes into this room, but if you're new to us or if you just joined us, if you just got general questions, I want to answer about 13 questions tonight, right? I'm going to be here for a little minute. I want to answer the best 13 questions you have, but watch this disclaimer though, right? We have a free webinar that I want to give all of y'all. It's scrolling below on the bottom of that screen right now anyway. If you text the word new to that phone number 407-326-0086, that give you actually the webinar and a free mini course. I actually can't believe my team is still showing that. So congratulations to all of y'all that get this. If you text the word new, just N-E-W, not only do you get both webinars, the HRA and the ILF, but you also get the 15 mini course that's called ILF 101. Absolutely on me. Make sense, everybody? So text the word new to 407-326-0086. And then I'm getting ready to jump into the chat because I want to answer some questions. I want to know what possibly some questions that you guys may have. I also want to make some announcements, right? We've been announcing for the last few months that please, if you're considering the coaching, get in before January because a lot's changing, right? We told you guys all year long that the DIY was also going to one day change, right? But I promised y'all that the IMB, the ILF Mastery Blueprint, the one-on-one coaching, that will stay on that sale all year long until January 1st. If you've noticed, a lot of y'all may have seen this, but the DIY products has actually changed. It's not the same as it was, right? So remember, guys, if you're looking to get in, make sure you get in absolutely before January 1st, as a lot of things are changing, and for the better, actually, right? Not a bad thing. We just want you guys to get in before all the pricing and things change. Because if you don't know us, right, if you're new to us, guys, our current pricing has been on sale all year long. I just made a promise to the people in January that I would slice all our prices in half. I literally done that, right? But January 1st, everything goes back to the way that it should be. So we've been blessing people all year long since January. In fact, it kind of started like in December at the end after Christmas. And then it kind of naturally flowed into January of this year. So if you guys have any questions or concerns about the coaching or questions just in general about what this is, how do we run it? Right? I got over 1,000 videos, guys, under my live tab on YouTube. There's not a question in your brain that you can think of that I don't have a video or talk about. So I'm super proud of that because a lot of people have what I'll call stingy energy and they don't want to share this. Our problem is that we give it away too much, probably. Right? So we got tons of people that take our coaching. But I'm super proud of a lot of people that said, Derrick, man, I can't afford your coaching. Or Derrick, you give so much away, bro. I'm just going to the YouTube channel. Or Derrick, I'll start with the DIY, right? So there's a lot of people that get in different areas. So we always tell people, get in where you fit in, right? A lot of people soak up the free info 7 days a week on YouTube, right here at Forston Consultants, right? Some people, they're also going to get the DIY. That's called investing in yourself, our do-it-yourself program. That's only $9.97. And then our one-on-one coaching, which is still on sale all year long, is only $4,997. So $3 away from $5,000. That normal price, guys, is $7,500. But all year long until, and guys, it'll be here before you know it. We've been saying this is like, wow, it's already September, right? So I want to go to the chat. I want to answer some questions. And again, thank y'all so much for being here, man. You guys have a lot of choices of where you could be, but y'all chose to be here, and I appreciate that. So I got my laptop. I'm also going to be showing some footage here in just a minute. But guys, right now, go ahead and put in the chat some questions that you may have for me. And then I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and I'll be right back. I'm going to answer every question you guys have. I hope you guys are enjoying the information, and we super appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget, though, if you want to be an affiliate of what we do to get 40% of it, make sure you guys text the word affiliate to 407-326-0086. And remember, I pay 40% of whatever you sell. All right, we are back. We are back. Don't forget, guys, we have that affiliate program. Make sure you guys get that. That's the way for y'all to make a bunch of money just by introducing people to us that eventually buy our package. So make sure you guys text that word affiliate to 407-326-0086 to become an affiliate. So I'm jumping in the chat and let me see. So I'm gonna start from the bottom, and I apologize if you already put a question, but I'm gonna just start from the bottom. Gene says, "Where do I start?" Gene, the first start, big bro, is that webinar that I just talked about. That's at the bottom. If you text the word "new," not only do I give you the webinar, but I give you a mini course of 15 videos that you must watch before you get started. It's going to keep you out of jail, off the Channel 8 news, and keep money in your pocket versus a lawsuit like me. So, Gene, I made a lot of bad decisions when I first got into this. And not because I was that crummy, mean lady that I always talk to y'all about. I just didn't know what I was doing, y'all. And I went through the bumps and the bruises, and I did that dumb saying that says getting it from the mud. I think that's a really dumb saying now today. Like, I don't really like that saying the way that I used to. I don't believe in getting it from the mud if you don't have to. My desire is that you guys get it from the garden of all of these seeds that I'm dropping. So I picture myself as this seed thrower, right? This farmer that's throwing these seeds out. I want you guys to pick this information from the garden, not the mud. Nothing grows in mud. Make sense, everybody? Okay. So the first step is watching the webinar. Second step is I still give a free discovery call, guys. That may change in January. But for the last 7 years, I've always given a free call for anybody that watches that webinar to answer any question that you have about moving forward. But by all means, if it's just regular general questions, bring that right here to YouTube. That way we can all learn together, right? And most times people gonna ask me things that are in videos that I have already. So I really prefer the discovery calls for people that really want to know more about the coaching and kind of how that works. And should they choose DIY or one-on-one? But if you say, Derrick, man, I got some personal stuff, bro, and I want people to hear my stuff, I want that call, no problem. I still honor that. Okay. So, Gene, let me know in the chat if that answered your question. First step is webinar. Second step is phone call. First step is make a decision. Whether you want the DIY or the one-on-one coaching or the legacy builder, right? And all of those can be found at forstonconsultants.com. Gene, let me know in the chat if I knocked that question out for you. So then he says, I watched all that today at work. It was amazing and informative. Also, just talked to perfect. Now, if you talk to Jen, you already doing great. Jen is one of my assistants. Jess is my right hand. Jen is my left hand. Jen is also our grant giver. So if you desire, right, we've been doing this all year long too. We've been giving scholarships, right, and just ways to help people to get into the coaching, right? We understand everybody may not have it. So step one is that we offer financing. Step two, what if you qualify for a scholarship? So Denise, I'm super excited to hear that you already spoke to Jen. So that means that Jen's got something probably good cooking for you. So I'll just end that there because everybody's blessing may not be the same. Right? But Jen is absolutely our grant giver. In fact, if you text the word Jen to 407-326-0086, she'll be glad to let you know. Jen is often in this room, right? In fact, Jen, if you're here, let me know. Jen actually may be here tonight. Sometimes she'll join us on Mondays. Perfect. So Pamela said the same thing. She's watched the video. So like she's also watched the ILF 101, and she wants to talk to Jen. And see, guys, if you're noticing, notice how neither one said, I want to talk to Derrick. Derrick's not the grant giver. You don't want to talk to me. Well, you do actually. But when it comes down to like what you may have to pay or how you qualify, you do want to talk to Jen. So I appreciate that Pamela said that because I know exactly what she means by that. Denise, you too. So in fact, I'm gonna text Jen myself right now in this chat. Hi, Jen, because she'll see this. Please help. Actually, assist. Assist. Oh, my thumbs are getting in the way. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna put Pamela and Denise. And anybody else who want that, right? So I'm back in the chat right quick. Let me see. I think of course got something here. So I want to start an agency that focuses on ILF for veterans specifically that is able to get the money for their rental payments directly from the programs of government. I already have homes. That's a great idea. But the only thing is that those programs aren't like always promised to you. It just depends on kind of what's in your area. I do coach a lady, Miss Neonta. If you're here, shout me out in the chat. Neonta's down South Florida, and she found a program that actually pays 80% of the veterans' rent. So let's just say her rent is $1,120, which is kind of where her beds are. That program pays half of that. So some of you guys will say, man, Derrick, well, how do I find that person? Well, she took our coaching, but I'll admit, because watch me not lie to you. My coaching ain't going to say, how do you go find a program that's going to pay the rent? My coaching works all the way around so that when you do find that person, you know how to have the conversation, right? So it's not that I told her to say, hey, go here because they're going to pay the rent. No, we teach them just what to say, language, and the lingo. A lot of our coaching, guys, is about language. We believe that language is a locator, and it's important what you say and who you say it to. Prime example, again, James family, just for an example, all of my veterans, every one of them, none of them came from like the VA or program. They just came from regular hospitals. Some guy went to a mental health hospital, got back on his meds, got assigned a case manager. Case manager called Derrick and said, hey, Derrick, got another one. And this guy's a veteran, Derrick. And he walked in 4 days ago, wasn't feeling very great. Said that the last landlord sold the place where he was living and needed a place to live, Derrick. Can you take him? That's how that call sounds. My team, Jess, is going to do the assessment, or Jen. We're going to ask a series of questions that allow us to make a sound decision. So again, just to make sure that the James family understand that, I absolutely want you to work with veterans too, because one of my favorite actually, veterans and seniors. But don't start this with the mindset of only veterans, because then you'll put yourself in a box. Does that make sense, James family? I don't want you to put yourself in a box, right? So, prime example, when people tell me, Derrick, I hear you, bro, but I only want to house veterans. Great. We just don't say that in our stuff, in our social media, in our writing. But maybe when I do go in person, we say things like, ma'am, we do assess all clients, but we absolutely specialize in veterans. And that's the gist of our program. See how that sounds a little bit better than just saying, no, man, we only work with veterans. Bye. So if Tyrone ain't no veteran, we ain't taking him. No, man, we'll assess everybody. But I do want you to know, Miss Jones, that our program here at James Solutions, we specialize in military veterans because that's what we're trained to do. Like, that's a way different. Let me know if that makes sense in the chat. All right, good stuff. So, and also if I answered your question, let me know if I hit it. Because if I didn't and I went around it, you let me know. Okay, so I'm going back in the chat. I got that one from Denise. I got that one from Pamela. I'm going back up. I'll be before January 1, and I want you as my coach. Absolutely, Pamela, and I want to serve you too. So please come in. Take your time, but hurry up, as they say. And please just make sure you see me before January 1st, because again, the availability, how it works, like it even being me, guys, like I haven't been hiding that all year long, guys. And this is not like some bragging point or anything like that. God is just blessing us so much that I'm training other great people like Katara Johnson, who's in this chat. He's going to be a coach. So a lot of my new people, I'll admit, a lot of them probably won't even get me until certain sessions, but they're going to be trained by people that I'm coaching up who's really good at this under our coaching, and I know doing it the right way and not housing people in roaches and in racks and on the Channel 8 News for the wrong reason. Those are the people that I'm training now. So I'll admit, a lot of my people in January, it's a great chance that they probably won't really be coached by me. It's going to be the same great information, the same system that we use, still all Derrick on all the videos. But in terms of getting the game of this, why couldn't you learn this from Katara if she's a coach under us? When she's been in the game for how long now? multiple properties, and is killing her city with affordable housing. Big shout out to Katara in Columbia, South Carolina. So that's the only difference. So Denise, I want to coach you like me. I want to. Katara will be your sister, but I want you to start it with me. Okay? My folks in January, I can't quite say the same. All right, so let me see. How can I get a hold of you or email? Let me see. So that I can explain where I am so far in the business. Just moved from Oregon to Denver because I have people who own real estate willing to give me a chance. I love that. That's the biggest part of this, Pamela, is getting people to actually trust you with the real estate to do it. Because the biggest hurdle in this business, ladies and gentlemen, is getting the yes. Meaning actually getting somebody to say, yes, you can do this in their property. Can you imagine walking up to somebody and say, hey, man, I want to rent your property, put 8 people in it? Really? So my prayer, and I want y'all to steal this prayer, is that I pray for people that could care less what I do in that property as long as I pay the dadgone rent. Make sense, everybody? So that prayer sounds like this. Hey, God, can you give me favor with somebody in my city that owns multiple properties, 30, 40, 50 properties? God, let me find favor with you first and then him as man. Because God, when I begin to talk about this housing program, I want to sound like the best thing since sliced bread so that he tells me yes. So every time I need a property, dear God, he gives it to me. God, thank you for doing this in advance. I appreciate you. In Jesus' name, amen. Like, how simple is that, y'all? Notice how they get all loud and start hollering and screaming, and that was a straightforward prayer. Letting God know what the need is, because he know it. I just got to verbalize it. Asking for it. We have not because we ask not. Then I seal it with in Jesus' name. And no, I'm no pastor, I'm no priest, and I'm no bishop. But boy, we love God. We love the power of God. And I found out, I keep telling y'all this, the biggest cheat code in life. Boy, if you find something that serves God and serves people and mess around and serve your community, ding, 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 ding. That's the biggest cheat code in life. I don't care what you say. Okay? Other than that, go buy a Chick-fil-A and run that. Okay? So I'm back in the chat. Let me see. All right, so I see nothing at the top. So Qatar says, tell mom hi. Everybody shouting out mom Forston. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. So I'm going to bring up some stuff here in just a second. Let's take a quick break. I'll be right back. I hope you guys are enjoying the information. If you want more information just like this, what you're hearing now, make sure you text the phrase more info and don't put it in the chat. Text it to this phone number. Text more info. That's MOREINFO to the phone number 407-326-0086. We're going to give you our complimentary webinar, and then that leads to a complimentary call with me and my team to talk about how fast can we get you started. Let's get back to the show. All right, we are back. Thank y'all so much for being a part of the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derrick Forston. I am Mr. ILF. So when you're ready to change your life and leave your job, I'm the guy you come and see, right? You consult with God first and then come see me. And between God and I, you can walk off your job before Thanksgiving of this year, if that's what you decide, okay? And we do that through independent living facilities. So I'm jumping back in the chat. Pepper says, can it be an apartment complex or townhouse or duplexes? Pamela, I'm going to answer that in 2 ways. The first way, I'm going to say no, because I don't want you sharing a wall with nobody else. But if you say no, Derrick, I own side A and side B, I'm going to say run it. But if you're telling me, Pam, that you're going to go to some place and rent an apartment and do this, I'm going to say no. Because again, unless you get the permission, that's going to be your first hurdle. Second hurdle, that you don't know the kind of tenant you have until you actually get them. I don't want you sharing a wall, acting a fool with somebody next door that causes no problems. What happens when you bring in Brad? Brad is not the greatest guy ever that you thought he was, and now he's disturbing your neighbors because he's banging on that wall and blasting music at 2 o'clock in the morning. So we prefer this to be in a single family residence, or if you like my sister Charmaine in the chat, Charmaine, can you shout me out in the chat? Show who you are, sis. She's family. Charmaine's got a duplex. And I would say no to that if she didn't own both sides. meaning A and B, or 1 and 2, however y'all do in your city. And let me know if that makes sense, right? Because again, when I first started, my ILF business was a clown show. I brought in all the wrong people. The ambulance, the police, and the fire department came every day. Can you imagine if that was an apartment complex? I'm bringing bad heat on myself. There's going to be a lot of people that already don't want y'all to do this. Don't give them extra reasons by bringing the wrong people and doing it in the wrong environment. So in my mind, the duplex is out unless you own all of it. The quadplex is out unless you own all 4 units, like our sister in who's that Miss the Smith family up there, and also I think Cleveland. She owns the whole building, no problem. But I don't want you mixing these people before you know what you're doing. Okay? And there's Charmaine Sanders right there in the chat. Charmaine owns both sides of that. So she can run that. It makes sense. But I don't want her putting a regular tenant inside A and then these brand new ILF guys on side B, but before she know who they are. Let me give you some real game too. I just feel like coaching a little bit. One of my major keys or tricks, or I don't know what you want to call it, or gems, is that when I'm starting a brand new place, I don't start it with brand new people. I bring 3 of my best guys from my other ILF. I started with them. So that the precedent starts as, hey man, Derrick don't go for this, Derrick don't go for, and bro, Derrick can kick you out if you do that. Does anybody what I just said? If I start an ILF right now in the next 15 days, I'm bringing Mr. Larry, Mr. Brent, I'm bringing Kyrie, and I'm bringing Joseph. Maybe not Joseph, because that's now 4. Joseph's cool, so he probably need to stay. Concrete. Does that make sense? So I'm starting my new place with 3 of my best guys that I already know what Derrick goes for, what Derrick stands for. Please tell me if that makes sense in the chat, or that just me. I think that's great coaching. I never believe in starting a brand new place when you get multiple properties with brand new people. Wow. I believe in building that foundation at the bottom. Charmaine, make sense? Make sense? Miss D, does that make sense? Okay. And Mr. D says, oh, this is my main coaching right here, Miss D. She says, for your business name, should you avoid using housing for bank funding? Absolutely. That's like rule number 1A of my coaching. Get a business and don't call it housing. Dummy me, your coach, 9 years ago, when they got second chance housing, because I wanted everybody to know what I was doing. It was dumb, y'all, when I found out. When you want funding, the bank hates real estate. It want nothing to do with it. So Denise, you just brought out one of my main coaching points. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because we suggest using words like solutions, enterprise, foundation, group, project. I can go on and on and on. Notice none of those said housing. That locks me into housing. Because don't I know today, Denise, I should have been second chance solutions, second chance enterprise, second chance foundation. But I said, well, how would people know what I do? Get rid of that mindset. You're going to explain it, which is the greatest part of all. They're going to say, well, second chance foundation, what do you do, sir? Glad you asked. See how I perked up, y'all? Glad you asked. We are an independent living facility. We take people from homeless to hopeful, and we do it in a shared living environment. I work with social workers and case managers, just like yourself, ma'am, that when you guys are discharging people with nowhere to go, you guys call us. I can be your stepping stone to all of your clients the day of discharge. Guys, I've been saying that spiel for 9 years. Now my VA said, because I don't say that spiel actually. Did that just make sense? Oh, I hope they're getting it. I hope you guys are getting it. I hope they're getting it, Charmaine. Miss Tia, I hope they're getting it. I think that's some good coaching right there. Okay. Let's see. Would the word community and care be okay? Care, I don't like that. Care makes people believe that you're going to offer care. We don't. We offer housing, a supportive environment. Care sounds like a nurse. Care sounds like you're going to feed me, bathe me, give me my medications. Community, I love. Ooh, I love community. You can pick any word in the world and put community behind it. Be like, wow, I like that. Right? Like, think about it. Grateful community, yellow community, journeying community, passion and like whatever in community. Just don't make it sound like real estate. Make sense, y'all? Foundation, project, community, solutions, enterprise. The bank loves those names. You know why? Because it says in their ears, high reward and low risk. Consulting is another favorite of ours. Marketing. The bank loves consulting because they think, man, consulting, low risk, high reward. Marketing, low risk, high reward. Real estate, ding, 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 high risk, high risk. Don't lend to them. Don't give them business credit. Don't give them lines of credit. I didn't know that in the beginning, y'all. So I make sure that y'all don't slip on that. Okay? So great, great comment, Miss Denise. Let me see. I'm going back in the chat. I think I missed one from Small Sips. Small Sips, let me know in the chat. Where are you from? I was so worried about how the other tenants would feel about each other. Have you had situations where the residents did not get along? Absolutely. That's going to happen. These are humans. But watch this, though. Let me see, get the name right. Small Sips. You would be amazed of how we move people in as strangers on a Monday. By Thursday, they're family. A lot of these people, Small Sips, don't have a bunch of choices. There is no mom, no dad, no Uncle Joe, no friends, no family. So a lot of people that we serve, they understand that. And my job is to also relay that by communication. Hey, man, you need to make this work, bro. Like, you told me at the hospital, I'm your only choice. You said your dad died 10 years ago. Your mama, you never got along. Your family shunned you years ago because of whatever. And, bro, you have no friends. I'm bringing you to a place, Mr. Joe, where I have no problems. Oh, I'm giving y'all some good coaching right now. If you got an ILF, please steal this. Tell your new tenant, Charmaine, Katara, Pamela, Tanya, Jane's family. Hey, Mr. Joe. Hey, Mr. Brad. The place I'm bringing you, I have no problems. So if I start getting calls tomorrow or next week about things going wrong, guess who I'm going to think who the problem is? They say, me, Mr. Derrick, you right. Because the place you're going to, these are the greatest guys ever. You're going to have no problems. Don't forget about my camera center that keeps all of us safe. And again, if I get a call in 2 days that we having problems, I'm going to think it's you, Joe. Because the place you going, I have no problems. Guys, that's one of my favorite quotes to my tenant the day of move-in. In fact, I should get a shirt that says, the place I'm sending you has no problems. Y'all, that's some good coaching because I'm setting the precedent that, bro, you're going to a really good place. I shouldn't hear a peep from you or anybody else. You should just move in and live like my other guys and be in comfort. Congratulations, bro, and welcome to Second Chance Housing. Today is your second chance, big bro. That's what I tell everybody because that's the name of my program. Who is that? And again, I want y'all to use that so that you psychologically tell them, bro, if I start having problems here, it's you. Because these guys been here for a long time. Oh, I hope that makes sense. Charmaine said she liked that shirt idea. Katara, do you remember me even saying that to you maybe once before? Like, that's one of my favorite. When I'm moving in, so somebody, hey, Miss Sharon, hey, Miss Kathy, hey, Mr. Ronald, the place I'm sending you, bro, it's my best place I got. I have no problems here. Boy, I'm telling y'all, boy, I'm giving it to y'all tonight. I'm going to go back in real quick. I'm going to check my, don't forget, guys, this room is brought to you guys by Digital Flow Solutions. It's our all-in-one platform that runs any business that you have. So one more time, this platform tonight is brought to you by digitalflowsolutions.net. It's the system that runs not only our ILF business, but all 7 other businesses that God bless Shay and I with. And I'm super proud of a lot of y'all that are watching me right now. You guys allow Digital Flow Solutions to run your business and your other businesses. So we appreciate that. So tell a friend and tell a friend. 5 of y'all type it in the chat. Digital Flow Solutions is an all-in-one platform that runs any business. It builds your website, which my team is going to do. It covers your business phone line, your automations, your AI bots, and everything that you can think of in automations to run your business. Again, that's digitalflowsolutions.net. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Did you know that we had a Facebook Academy and it's absolutely free? Text the word JOIN, JOIN to 407-326-0086 and join the rest of us. There's about 90 to 100 people joining that group a day. And it's like-minded people that want to do the independent living facility model. So make sure that you join it. And again, text the word JOIN, JOIN to 407-326-0086. And my team will send you the link to join that. Or just go to Facebook and type in the ILF Academy and we'll see you there. We are back. We are back. Don't forget, guys, join our free ILF Academy. You guys can text the word JOIN. Phone number scrolling below, or just go to Facebook, the group section, and look up ILF Academy, the ILF Academy. So I'm going back in the chat. Let me see. Guitar says I use that too now. Absolutely. Please use that, guys, especially if you're under my coaching. If you're not, you just got a free, huge gym. Okay. Pamela said the place I'm sending you to has no problems. Today is your second chance. Exactly. That's the name of my program. It's called Second Chance Housing. So I always throw that in there. Okay. All right. So I'm back with a question from Pam. Pam says, are there both female and male in the same house? Great question. So Pam, watch this. I don't, but I coach a lot of people that love it. And we call it co-ed housing. Never in the same room, Pam, but I do have people that I've taught this to, that they do men and women, that they believe it brings balance. In fact, my late brother, who I started this with many years ago, that passed away, coming up on 2 years now, he loved it. I think co-ed brings a party. Ugh. My brother thought that co-ed brought balance. So with a lot of the people that he started to, and a lot of people that still do it now, that's what they talk about, like how Otis talked about how it brought balance to the house, because naturally the men take on the men roles, take out the trash, the women do the dishes and clean up, and the guys fixing stuff and moving furniture around and allowing the women to boss them around to move stuff and hang pictures. So some people love it, Pamela. I'll admit that's not really my cup of tea. But my advice to anybody that does want to do it, take Derrick's mindset. Don't house the 19-year-old guy and the 22-year-old young lady in the same house. God, that's going to be a party, guys. Okay? So not saying that our 40s and our 80-year-olds don't get a little hanky-panky too, but it's just going to be a less worrisome with that younger crew. So I believe if you do co-ed, go older. You're more mature people. And even if something do go down, we can all handle it as adults. Those 19 to 28-year-olds, that ain't gonna work with them, y'all. That's gonna be a constant party, and you're gonna be arguing with them about, I can't bring my girlfriend here and I pay rent. No, you can't. Your girl is not allowed here even though you pay rent. 19 to 28, they don't get it. 29 and up, they kind of get it. All right, Dick, I get it, bro. I can't bring my girl here. No, you can't. This is a shared living environment. Why would you want to bring your girl here and 9 other guys live here? Like, that's dumb. That's how I tell my guys. Why would you bring your girlfriend here when 7 other guys live here? Steal that one. That's how you're going to argue with them about, like, bro, that's unsafe. You know how unsafe that is if one of these guys get a little, naughty? Now, everybody in trouble. Come on, bro. And you don't want that for your girl, right? I'm reasoning with these guys, okay? Because it's gonna come up, guys, okay? So Pamela, let me know if I answered that for you. Yeah, Pamela's like me. She said, I think I'll keep them separated. Me too, Pamela. I don't really do that. Let me show y'all something real quick, right? Put in the chat one more time the word new if you're new to us. I just want to see how many people haven't seen this. I want to show y'all something that what started all of this 8 years ago, probably 9 years ago now. I usually show this in the beginning, but type the word new in the chat if you're new to us. Like, Derrick, I just found you like 7 days ago, bro, or like 14 days ago, 30 days ago. And then I'm gonna go back in the chat. I want to answer something for the Suarez family who's watching us with. It said 19 people in their living room on an 80-inch screen TV. So Suarez family, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all of y'all being together as a family. That's what we love. So I will love to teach you all of this. So now, and also, what is it? I'm going to mess that up. BIB Media Group, BMG. I call it BMG in small sips. I usually show a lot of this in the beginning, but I'm gonna go right through this real quick. You guys heard how we trademarked the ILF and all of that, but this is me, y'all big brother, right? Praying just like y'all for God to change my life and to get me into real estate, right? Put a number 7 in the chat if you prayed in the last year, in the last 80 days. God, can you change my life financially, spiritually, mentally, like all of it? God, can you just give me an overhaul? How many of y'all have prayed that prayer just like within the last year? Or is it just me and my family? Okay. And this is me doing that same thing. But this is what I saw when I told y'all the lady was housing people in rats and roaches making 41 grand a month. And here I am making 28 grand a year as a social worker. God, these are the conditions that I saw because I knew y'all weren't going to believe me, James family. Well, I knew you weren't going to believe me. So I took pictures of it. Making $41,000 a month, and you housing people in conditions that look like this. The devil is a liar. So I love to tell people, guys, all I did was take a concept that was so bad, just put our own spin on it. We call it the love of God. Remember, I'm no pastor, I'm no bishop, I'm no preacher. I'm the everyday Joe, just like y'all. I love God, I love people. Always have. So if somebody told you once before in your life or often in your life, girl, you ain't no people's person. Girl, you got an attitude with everybody. You may struggle with this. Don't put in the chat. Don't raise your hand. Answer this to yourself in your living room. Are you somebody that's not a people's person? Are you short-tempered? Do you lose your cool easy? These are the kind of people I often drive away from this ministry and tell you to go to Airbnb or you just do regular rentals. But in this form of housing, which we do, we're dealing with people that are on the fringes of life. So how dare you be short-tempered, angry all the time, or not a people's person when these people that are calling your phone are homeless on the street and looking for a second chance? Because most of the time, they background, they ain't got all the money, they background again, and a bunch of other stuff gonna be weighed up against them. So how do you add on top of that you nasty and mean yourself? One of the first rules in this thing is called do no harm. I think doctors take an oath that's kind of the same. If you under my coaching, I would like for you to take that same oath though. Do no harm. Meaning that if you don't mean this person no good and you ain't gonna do it the right way, just leave them alone. Don't even get into it. I can show you 1,000 other ways to make money. I'm a businessman. I know 1,000 ways to make money, y'all. This ain't gotta be the only one. That's why I mean that if you ain't gonna do this the right way, kind of sort of let me know. You ain't gotta say, well, Derrick, I'm gonna hire people in roaches and rats. You ain't gotta say that, but just say, Derrick, man, show me one of the other ways, big bro. I'm gonna say, no problem. I can show you a bunch of ways to make money, but this right here ain't gonna be the one. Why the beds gotta be on the floor? Why those other set of beds gotta be sitting on cinder blocks? I say this every time, but if you're new to me and you ain't wearing your glasses tonight, those are cinder blocks that are holding that bed up. The devil is a liar. And I got the guy on camera who is saved from that bed, thanking me like you wouldn't believe. But y'all want to be real? He shouldn't have to thank me for a bed that sits on rails with sheets and a pillow if he paying the dadgum rent in that place. Put a number 2 in the chat if that makes sense. He was thanking me profusely for just bringing in some rails, taking over that house, and getting him off of those cinder blocks. We gotta think like that, y'all. And again, this lady was making $41,000 a month. Now, I've never said it like this, but can somebody break that down weekly? We've talked about that in a whole number. Let me slow it down real quick. Can somebody break down right now on a calculator and put it in the chat? Charmaine, what is $41,000 divided by 4? Isn't it 4 weeks in a month, y'all? Am I off? Can somebody do that, please? Please do that. Some of y'all can't even fathom making that kind of money. I know I couldn't. Guys, I was making 28 grand a year. That girl showed me how to Chase Bank app, 41 grand. She just kept scrolling. She kept scrolling. 2 or 3 weeks later, I said, man, this girl don't want to teach me. She don't want to show me. I'm finna go see what these places look like. I'm like, Derrick, you know the addresses. Derrick, you're the social worker. What are you waiting on, bro? Go and just look. And guys, when I walked in the door and saw some of this stuff, again, I couldn't believe it. Here go me again, social worker. I'm a part of all of these boards, BS and human services, social worker, discharge planner, 9 years of mental health, a part of multiple advisory boards for mental health and social services, founder of Second Chance Housing, blah, 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 blah. But watch this, though. This is what I saw. The rats, the roaches, no pillow, the beds on the floor. Guys, if you can sleep at night knowing you doing this, thank you, LaVon. Thank you, BMG Media Group. Appreciate that. $10,250. Now, I love to tell y'all that it starts with an imagination. Now, can 5 of y'all put in the chat? Derrick, I can imagine that now. Because, Derrick, you just showed me that if we do it the right way, 41 grand a month is actually kind of small if we do it the right way, Derrick. Ooh, y'all missing it. Oh, my goodness. 5 of y'all put in the chat, Derrick, I can imagine that, bro. Because if you can't imagine it, how will you ever get it anyway? I was just honest enough to tell y'all that I couldn't imagine it. So let me tell you that, speaking from a different place now, 9 years later, please say it whether you believe it or not. It starts with coming out your mouth. We speak so much negative stuff. Why not start speaking some of the positive stuff? God, I want to do your will, help people, and make a bunch of money doing it. See, that sounds weird to some people. That don't sound weird to me. Because look how we lead out with it. God, I want to do your will, help your people. That is such an unselfish prayer. And then the third thing is, God, I want to make a bunch of money doing it, because guess what else? I want to build the kingdom. How many times have I talked about being the biggest giver at your church, the biggest giver in your family, the biggest giver in your community? What about being able to just take care of your immediate family? Forget about your cousins and aunties for right now. What about your immediate family that they can count on you? That's what I'm talking about, y'all. So it starts with the mindset, like Small Sip said, I can believe, like I can see that. I can imagine it. It starts with your imagination, ladies and gentlemen. But it can't be in these conditions and we asking God to change our life. And again, because I knew y'all weren't going to believe me, Denise. Denise, no knock on you, sis. I knew you weren't going to believe me. Small Sips, you weren't going to believe me either. James family, Pamela, none of y'all was going to believe me if I just said, y'all, I saw a lady making 41. The only thing I didn't have, y'all, was the screenshot from her Chase Bank app. I wish I would have did that too. She gave me her phone on it. She just look, Derrick. Small flip. She just kept scrolling. She kept scrolling. And no month went under 41. I saw months higher. No month went under 41. That's why I remember that number. 41 grand in these conditions. Look at the boy sitting on the bed. Now that picture, unless I zoom it or you in my private community, I can show you razor blades and diabetes needles all on that floor. You can't see it from here. But if I gave you the blowed up picture, I can show you right now how, oh my God, this guy was diabetic. Okay? On that floor, on that bin, all in the closet, it's razors on every 2 feet of this floor. I was like, oh my God. And y'all, one more time, it's the last time, she was making $41,000 a month. And that girl said, Derrick, you think I own these places? Miss Denise almost swallowed my tongue when she said that. Pamela, she says, Derrick, I don't own these places. Pamela, that was the biggest cheat code that girl ever gave me. Small tips. She says, Derrick, when she saw my look in my face, she said, Derrick, you think I own these properties, don't you? I'm like, myself, I'm like, yeah. She said, I don't. I'm saying, really? She said, Derrick, I rent these places. I said to myself, who in the Sam Hill? I got to auntie y'all. She don't cuss at all, right? But she got this say, she say, what in the Sam Hill? And that's what I thought to myself. I say, you don't own these big old mansions? And y'all, she had big old houses. Like most of us gonna get 3 2s, 4 2. She had no house that was under 5. Other than that one, I showed y'all the slide about where the girl was on the kitchen floor sleeping with the roaches. Other than that house, every house she had was a 5, 6, 7, 8 bedroom house. And she said to me, y'all, I nearly fainted. And I'm as dark as they come out. Y'all, I'm real dark. If you can't tell, I'm real dark. And I've been working in the sun. James family, I nearly turned white when she said that. She said, Derrick, you think I own these places, don't you? I went, she said, I said, yeah. She said, I don't. I said, oh, Miss Denise, you should have saw your brother. After walking through these places, I'm imagining the 41 grand in her Chase Bank app, and she said to me, Derrick, you think I own these places, don't you? She said, Derrick, this don't require no license. That day, y'all, I was trying to just get a lot of info from her. And everything, I'll admit, I'm just like a bunch of y'all. Derrick, don't you need a license? Don't you need a license? So that was my whole talk for her. She said, Derrick, all these houses I got, you think I got a license? She said, why would I need a license when the people I'm serving are independent? They feed themselves. I don't give out medicine because I'm no nurse. And I don't drive them around either, really. But I kind of do. That right there, y'all, I say game over. Raquel, you wouldn't be here today, Raquel, if I didn't say myself, game over. When she said, Derrick, I don't own these places, Denise, I said, game over. I just found what's going to save the rest of my life. That's when I drug my brother into it. I'll never forget that call. I called my brother. I said, bro, I think I just found what's going to save our life, dog. It's going to serve God. It's going to serve people. And, bro, we're going to serve our community doing it. Our community going to think we're a genius, bro. And, bro, God got this thing so sweet, bro. We're going to make a bunch of money doing it because it serves God and people and community. He said, well, what is it? I said, bro, it's like these group homes that you wanted us to start a year ago that it took all these licenses. I said, bro, I just saw a girl making 41 grand, dog. And she don't got no license and she don't own a place. My brother said, say less. 9 years later, here we are teaching it all over the world now. Make sense, everybody? So one more time, guys, right here on this slide, a lot of times people say, well, Derrick, man, what was that last straw that just kind of just took the cake for you? It was really this slide, y'all. This was my breaking point when I walked into one of these places again, and I, Mr. Social Worker Derrick, had sent a lady to one of these places before I knew what it was, right? I never saw it. So remember that Saturday that I told you that I took a Saturday that I went and just went to go see for myself? Guys, I walked into one of these places, and I'm just call her Alice today. I'm like, Alice, what are you doing here? Alice looked at me and was like, Derrick, you sent me here 5 days ago, bro, like from the hospital, remember? Social worker Derrick. Oh, yeah. So Alice, show me where your bed is. There was a bunch of people in this one house, like 13, 14, 15 people all in one house, in a 3-bed, 2-bath. And one room had a lock on the door. So now we're talking 2-bed, 2-bath. 13, 14, 15 people. That girl started walking me towards the kitchen, Miss Pamela. And Denise, as she's going towards the kitchen, I'm like, why is she going towards the kitchen? All the rooms on this side. Know how houses have a split plan, y'all? She said, Derrick, this is where I sleep at. Y'all, my bottom lip began to shake because I'm about to cry now. Because Derrick, the social worker, sent this girl here before I knew what it looked like. So don't think I'm a bad guy, y'all. I didn't know it first. That's part of the reason why I had to leave that job too. And I'll get to that. He said, Derrick, this is where I sleep. I said, well, how much you pay to live here? Because as the social worker guys, I didn't get into the pricing of what it cost. My job was to merge the housing. She said, Derrick, I paid $750. In fact, my family pays it because Derrick, I ain't got no money. And y'all, she was sleeping in front of the kitchen stove. And as roaches are running in and out of that bottom drawer, you know that drawer you keep your cake pans in? That roaches are running in and out of it. She said, Derrick, this is where I sleep at. Y'all, she wasn't even mad about it. She was grateful to be homeless. And that's the part that breaks my heart. Not that it was, bad, because it was. My heart broke because she wasn't even upset about sleeping on the kitchen floor, because in her mind, that was the only option. The devil is a liar. So what you guys have to get inside of you, that thing that raised up in me that day, man, how can I be a part of this and know about it and not help? Especially with me, because I was the social worker. I can't be a part of this and keep this job knowing what I just saw. Does that make sense, everybody? Like, I can't stay here knowing that I'm sending people to this now. Because, watch me be honest, guys, I had no business in that lady's facility that day. I snuck in, I was trespassing, and I lied to get there. I'm just being honest. We call that sacrifice sometimes. Because had I not taken that Saturday to go and see what that looked like, I wouldn't be coaching hundreds of people right now in 39 states. I coach a lot of people, y'all. Through this YouTube channel, through our social media, through one-on-one coaching, through our products. I coach hundreds of people. That wouldn't be possible if I would have took that Saturday. Said, Derrick, you got to go see what the starting point is, bro, because nobody want to teach it to you. And that, go see. I saw the rats and the roaches and the beds on cinder blocks, the beds on the ground, and the same lady was making the 41 grand a month doing it. That was a long story that I had to tell, but I just wanted to bring my newer people up to par of where did this come from? I am no genius, y'all. My wife is as close to a genius as you can get there. Shay is really smart, y'all. Shay is a genius. I'm not. I barely graduated high school, Till. Till, your son is real smart too. I was nothing like your son in school. Straight A's, high school basketball star. Now, I was good at football. But Till, your son was smart. I didn't have that. Struggled through school. My wife, Lord thank her, tricked me to go to college. That's a long story. I jokingly say that, but encouraged me, tricked me to get signed up for school. And 4.5 years later, I walk across the stage in Jacksonville, Florida, with a degree in human services. He that findeth the wife findeth a good thing. So if it wasn't for Shay to push me into my destiny through school, I would have never saw this vision of what I was to become. So today we make it look like this, not with the roaches and the rats and the filth and the grime and the beds on the floor. This stuff is simple. The bed, gently used. Headboard, gently used. Walmart, I get my pillow, comforter, sheets, towel, washcloth, toiletries. Those bins, donated. But look how beautiful this stuff is when you treat people with dignity. These are not my people. These are God's people. And one day, we're going to be held accountable for how we treated them. My brother used to always say that, man. Guitar, you remember that? Otis used to always say, boy, one day we're going to be held accountable for how we treated these people. I want to be able to say, God, I gave these folks a nice bed. But think about all those promises you make God when you want to get in something. It's kind of like that prayer that when we drunk too much back in the day, God, if you just get me home tonight, I'll never do this again. Put it up a 5 in the chat if you prayed that prayer. We've all done it. God, if you let me get home tonight, I'll never do this again. No different from this. God, guys, I made God 1,000 promises. I said, God, if you let me get in this, and watch me be honest, who are you? Who are you, Derrick? To talk about God, if you let me. But guys, I'm just honest. I said that. I said, God, if you let me get in this, and it changed my life, I said, God, I'll go all over the world teaching this, and I'll never take any credit. God, I'll share it with other people. I can't house everybody anyway. So small sips. I made God so many promises because I was true with that. One was that I would share it. And what's cool about YouTube and technology, if I stop talking about it today, I can assure through my technology that I still play somewhere talking about this 365 days a year, 7 days a week, no holidays off. I can still keep that promise through technology, but I love it so much and I can't shut up about it. I'll do this for the rest of my life, actually. Not only the coaching side of it, but also the doing it. So again, guys, don't forget about these promises that you made yourself and that you made to God. Say, God, if you let me get this and it changed my life, I'll go all over the world sharing this and I'll never take any credit. So watch me do that right now, actually. Guys, I am no genius. Barely finished high school, wife tricked me to go to school. And through the grace of God, God gave me my vision, my mission in life, and my want through real estate, helping people, and ultimately serving him. Because remember, Derrick didn't say it. The Bible said the poor and needy would be among us. The Bible said when you do unto the least of thee, you're doing it unto me, God says. Boy, that's a powerful verse. Boy, where I view real estate and business. If I can find a business that serves God and he happy about it, it serves people. My mom used to say it like this too, right? You want to see the hand of God move in your life? Help his people. Help people. Just be generous. Don't raise your hand, but some of y'all struggle with just being generous to people, being kind, being nice. Let's not be that going into this new year. This September, let's change it now. Let's be godlike. Life's too short, in other words, guys. Okay? I won't have to go down to town and tell you about how many people have passed away and who you just knew last year and they gone, and 6 months ago and they gone, 4 weeks ago. Do that. We all know that. Most of my older people knew that before Shay was me and my brother who started all of this. Life had other plans. Boom, brother going to heaven. Me and Shay take over those reins now. Okay? I don't know why I said that, but I'm sure somebody needed that. Okay? Today, again, this is what it looks like. That private suite, as I'm getting ready to close, guys, I'll be here probably by I'll be gone before 8:30. So if you got any other questions or concerns, let me know. But this is that private suite for the military veteran. Well, that guy that works at Walmart and says, Derrick, I don't want to share no room, bro. Derrick, you can keep that shared room like that. Bro, I want my own room, my own bathroom. No problem, sir. That room cost, because it's a little different from that regular shared room. Okay? Make sense, everybody? And just really quickly, I'm going to run through these. What is the difference between an ILF and a licensed group home? All the oversight. Your city walkthrough or your fire marshal, the fire department, the $30,000 sprinkler system. I don't need any of that with this ILF model. I love it because of the affordability to get it started and the community that it creates. Cost effective because there's no staff involved. Guys, I have no staff other than my VAs who live in the Philippines and Nigeria and Pakistan and Istanbul and Turkey and all of that. I don't have staff on the floor. I love the shared responsibilities too, because guess who those two clients are? My guys who I pay, who I'm housing. So when the garbage disposal breaks, Mr. Carlos comes over. When the grass needs to be mowed, Jose mows the grass. Because right on my left shoulder is a vision board that says, God, I want to house people, but I want to give them a job too. Because if you give them a job, you're going to keep them out of trouble and keep them busy. We believe that a job keeps them out of trouble and keep them busy and give them dignity to put some money in their pocket. I started a pressure washing company by the name of Power Stream Solutions. Pressure washers. That's kind of where I've been for the last 4 days with some of these great tenants, training them, showing them how to make amends, how to make ends meet, how to get a job, how to learn a new skill that you can work outside of me. I don't want to pressure wash every day. I got 1,000 other things to be doing. This is the part where this thing is beautiful when you're actually giving them housing, but they can fix stuff too. So in the beginning, I hired landscapers, housekeepers. That was dumb, ladies and gentlemen. The people you house are going to do all of that stuff. So if you are a licensed group home, you need staff. That's a requirement. You need oversight from your state. You got regulations. You're dealing with people that are not independent. You need that sprinkler system too, which I don't want to buy. That's 30 grand. You need an alarm system. And if you're in Florida, you got to deal with ACA. If you're in Texas, you're dealing with these people. All of these is for licensed facilities. If you're in North Carolina, you got to talk to these people. If it's not an ILF, if you're in Georgia, you got to hear from these folks. Virginia, same for y'all. This is all the licensed route. I don't want a license to do this in terms of the license model. But guess what Shay and I are doing in the background? Building a whole association behind the ILF model so that one day it will be recognized like an ALF, like an IDD. And there will be requirements that we're going to put in place so that people don't ruin this and house folks in rats and roaches. We're working on that as we speak with a lawyer and a team. And last but not least, before I answer a few questions, we believe that the ILF model will be the new way for a lot of people to live because things are getting so expensive. So why not you be the one to offer it? But it's also going to be the new way for people to invest. The margins now on rentals aren't like they used to be 2 and 3 and 4 years ago. So how do you take that one property now and rent to a mom and dad and her 4 kids? Mom loses her job, dad gets laid off. You as the landlord ain't going to get no money. He got to keep his lights and water on. He got to feed his kids. You ain't getting nothing. That's why we love the shared housing model, because 8 people in that one house and they all pay rent. 4 bed, 2 bath, 8 people. And then the population that you can serve, we take it according to your lifestyle. Are you real busy? Do you got 3 jobs, 4 entrepreneurship endeavors, and your kids involved in sports? If you are, choose an easier population like the elderly, military veterans, not teenagers aging from foster care. That's That's not your population if you're super busy. Make sense? So anybody that's over the age of 18, obviously, okay? Elderly adults are my favorite. I'll just admit it, because they don't need nothing from you but a clean, quiet place to live. They don't want your help with nothing. My favorite. Military veterans, probably second tier favorite. Oftentimes, they're also elderly. Or that's what my area where I live at screams for. And I'm in Orlando, Florida. Okay. The working individual, this was always evolving. When I first started, I only hired people that had a mental health issue. Today, it's the everyday Joe. It's the everyday mailman, the prison guard, the police officer, substitute school teacher, the UPS guy, the Amazon clerk. Like, it's the regular everyday Joe. But here's the gem. If you're housing people that have a job, we charge them by the way that they get paid. Make sense? All of my other residents pay me monthly because they get SSI or SSDI, that government stipend. But that joker that got a job at Sonny's Barbecue at Burger King, I want it every Tuesday when he get paid. I want it every Friday from McDonald's when he get paid. I want it every Wednesday from Outback Steakhouse when he get paid. Two of y'all put in the chat, Derrick. That makes sense, bro. Got it. Don't be like me in the beginning and charge those guys monthly when they're getting it every Friday. You ain't gonna never get your rent money doing that. Thank me later. Make sense, everybody? And then this is the one I just tell people to be really, really careful about. Population, but if your lifestyle is super busy, don't get involved with these teens from the foster care system if you don't have the time, the patience, and the fortitude to stay in it. This is a very vulnerable population. Don't get involved with them if you can't handle it. Know yourself first. Watch this, for example. That's not my cup of tea. I'm not built for the teenager aging out of foster care. God didn't kind of put that on my heart. Can't deal with it. It's tough for me. I don't touch that population. We refer out to other places because I believe that I'll be doing them more of a disservice if I don't refer them out somewhere else and I try to do it myself because I know Derrick. Make sense? And then we talked about this already in terms of those pricing models. We got the shared, we got a private room, and then the private suite is your own room plus the bathroom. Make sense, everybody? All right. So on my last two slides, and I'm gonna jump back in the chat for two more questions, and I'm gonna get you guys out of here. We talked about they get paid from SSI. It says DI, that is simply a social security income that they get every month. Without fail, nothing stops it. Okay? And then that private pay is going to be the guy that works at McDonald's, Burger King, his mom, his uncle, his girlfriend, anybody outside of him paying it. We call that third party usually, or private pay. Okay? And just simply again, one more time, this is what we offer. A clean, affordable housing environment. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Derrick Forston. I approved this entire message. I'm going to go in the chat really quickly to make sure that I didn't miss nothing. And I want to say thank y'all for allowing me to pour into you all tonight. I said something that made sense. I hope I said something that was relevant to where you are. And I hope to speak to a lot of you all very soon on a discovery call. But if you're real smart, you skip right past me and go talk to Jen. Jen is our grant giver, and she's got about less than probably 40 days left of her doing that. That's going to be ending really soon, going into the new year. But right now, through the whole month of September still, that's still good. So please, if I were you, become Jen's friend. You and Jen should be friends by the end of tomorrow, if that makes sense. Okay? So I'm going in the chat. Mr. Denise, thank you as well. Tia, appreciate you. Charmaine, thank you as well. Thank you, Katara. Thank you, the James family. Mr. Denise, thank you as well. Mr. Denise had a question. Let me see. Okay. Mr. Denise says, this is actually a good question, so I'm gonna bring it up. Mr. Denise, are you still here? Shout me out in the chat. I want to make sure I address you if you're still here. She said, sorry to step away for a little bit, but do you advise putting thumb locks on individual doors? Do you put a lock on the thermostat to manage? Let me answer that going backwards. Yes, for the thermostat lock, absolutely. Two ways to do that. Option A, get a smart thermostat, Nest, or anything that's smart to where you can lock it digitally to mean if they hit buttons, nothing happens. Option B is you buy those Honeywell, that's the brand, Honeywell, that's the brand, Honeywell from Walmart. It's plastic for like $10. You put it over the thermostat, you can lock it with a key or a number code. You can buy from Amazon or Walmart. So yes, Denise, I do believe in that because when I first started, guess what they're gonna do? Drop the air to 61 and 59 and freeze the whole unit in the summer. Now the unit don't work, and it take 5 or 4 days to get a guy to come out. So I heavily believe in monitoring and keeping track of the thermostat via Nest or me blocking it with those plastic like cages from Walmart or Amazon, and Honeywell is usually the brand that you want to look up. The other one is what my wife does, Miss D. Shay's door locks are her doors in the inside of her ILF. Now, I don't do this, but watch this. My wife, all of her rooms in the inside, because half of her houses are like private, half of them are shared, but everybody has the ability to use the fingerprint, key fob, actual key, door code. Like there's lots of ways to get in Shay's doors. I'm actually getting ready to go to the fingerprint for the entry door now. I got one house, y'all, and they're older guys, and they're not good with the touchscreen pad. So let me give a little bit of advice. I love the numbers when they're numbered by the rubber buttons. People love that, and even me. My older guys are struggling with the touchscreen. So I'm actually going to take it off now because that's like a $400 lock. And I'm going to get them this one that I've already ordered for like, I think I paid like $70 for it, y'all. I think it was either on Amazon, TikTok, or Home Depot. I can't remember. But this one also takes a number with the buttons, but also the thumbprint. Okay, so I'm actually going to the thumbprinted doors now. Just easier. And I never deal with keys. Keys are a nightmare. So we always do the digital door locks. Okay. All right. So, Mr. Denise, let me know if I answered that question for you. Let me see. All right, good stuff. Well, I think that's about it. I did a little bit over an hour, and it looks like 30 minutes. And again, just want to make a few announcements. Make sure that you guys are gaming up for the ILF Mastery Blueprint or the DIY coaching. I'm actually going to bring both of those up really quickly. So this is our coaching right here. I got 4 ways to get into my coaching. First one is absolutely free. YouTube, 7 days a week, 7 p.m. The only day that we're not 7 p.m. is on Saturdays, and that's 10 a.m. So 6 days a week, we're live on YouTube, 7 p.m. religiously. Okay? Saturdays at 10 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you join us. That's free. And when you go to our YouTube channel, please subscribe there. I always tell people, forget about the regular videos. Click the tab that says live. Under there, y'all, is what these are. Our talks like these. And usually they're 2 and 3 and something. Others are 4 and 5 hours long. Got over 1,000 videos like that are long content. Start there. It's not a question in your brain that you can think of or can ask that's not already in video format. So we're super proud of our YouTube channel. And it's monetized now, so I'm really proud of that. That DIY product, guys, is where a lot of people do start. It's the do-it-yourself version of the one-on-one coaching. What's cool about it, though, is that it comes with so much. And I love to tell people that we don't sell products. I don't sell paperwork and all that. I sell transformation. So when you're ready to change your life, God, me, and you go change your life. That's what you pay for when you see me. All these things that are listed, I give it to you. So for $497, we build your website. You get my $8,000 worth of paperwork. Guys, my paperwork alone is worth more than any of my packages except the legacy. The paperwork alone was $8,000 for my lawyer to build it. I give it to y'all. You branded with your name on it. So my first 2 packages, guys, the paperwork is worth more than that. Right? So you get all the videos. If you never talked to me in life, which on the DIY, you don't get my coaching. But all the videos and the information you need is in video format. So we get a lot of people that get the DIY, get up and get running and never talk to me. We're super proud of that. And you get the access for a lifetime. So some people think that we take away the access. Because I've also bought courses where they say, well, Derrick, you got 6 months or a year, then it's gone. We don't do that. As long as you got your log in. From 2 years from now, I don't care. So the DIY is only $400. Oh, well, actually, no, I'm lying. This was now $997. I'm gonna tell my team to change this. This price actually changed, y'all. This is the one that's been on sale since January to what was it, September 1st. So this one went back, not even to the original, but even still low. The original was $2,500. We went back to $997. Okay, so my team, Jennifer, take that down, please, and change that. I don't want to confuse anybody. So that DIY is not $497, guys. Okay, it's $997. Let me see. Oh, and the ILF Mastery Blueprint, guys. This is the one that people love, right? It's the one-on-one coaching. This is the one that I'm saying that next year, guys, it's gonna be different. Like the availability, who the coach gonna be, like all that's different. For 7 years, if you bought this package, it was me. Starting next year, it probably won't always be me. And guys, it's not a bad thing. You should want to learn from other people that we've taught this to. Oh, and just as a heads up too, Katara, if you're still here, it's a good chance, Katara, you're gonna be coaching next Wednesday's Family Talk. So if you're an ILF Mastery Blueprint member, every 3rd Wednesday of the month, we meet together as a family on Zoom. Most of the time it's me, 90% of the time, but sometimes it's other people that we've coached so that y'all can hear from them. I'm sure y'all would love to know why it took Katara 3 years to become what she is today. Some of my new people, 90 days, 60 days. Katara took 3 years, but now she's the go-to in Columbia, South Carolina. She's the whole reason why we did our event in Columbia. She's the whole reason why she's the preferred vendor in her city. What do y'all want to ask her questions to? Girl, why it took you so long? What did you did not follow that Derrick told you? Ain't that she didn't follow it. But I'll let her tell her. So sis, if you still here, it's a great chance that you're gonna be actually coaching the. Let me see. Let me check the date. Today is the 8th. Let me see. Somebody tell me what the 3rd Wednesday is on. Let me check. And Katara, shout me out if you're still here. Katara also was a big part of our last 3-day challenge. So super excited about that. So this Wednesday will be the 10th. So on the 17th of September, family, we'll be having that family talk. So all ILF Mastery Blueprint members. Rhonda Jackson says, I got it on. You sure did, Rhonda. I think I remember seeing your name. You got it on the last day at that price. You sure did. In fact, Rhonda, you got it on the sale price, even under that price, if I can remember. I think you only paid $4, which is a great deal. So, Rhonda, congratulations to you, sis. And most people end up upgrading eventually, right? So I look forward to that too. But a lot of people say, Derrick, this DIY is great, bro. Like, I don't need you to hold my hand. Like, this is great. So a lot of people get that. So the ILF Master Blueprint, guys, again, is $4,997. On the 1st of January, it goes back to $7,500. My team want me to put it at 10, but I think I'm gonna do 7,500. But it absolutely will not be 4,997. That's been the sale price all year long. That comes with the VA, me as your one-on-one coach, all the paperwork, all the curriculum, all the Telegram groups, the private communities, All of that good stuff, guys. For again, only $4,997. And if I were you, if you want it, make sure you get with Jen, the grant giver. That's one of my assistants, and she'll see to it that she blesses the socks right off of your feet. Trust me on that. Okay. And then the ILF Legacy Builder. This one we never used to offer it like to the public. This was always an invite only, or it came up in conversation, right? But now we're offering it to the public now. So it's called the ILF Legacy Builder, and it's our white glove service. So this means everything included in the prior to, but this one we set up your business structure for you. Whereas other ones, you still gotta get your own LLC, your own EIN, all that business stuff. This is what we do, and we also fly to your city. So your coaching is in person, right? The other part of that is that all your back end to your AI bots, your automations, we build all of that. Right now, you guys have to learn that if you want to do that and have AI bots responding and all of that. With the Legacy Builder, we completely set it up. So essentially, guys, all you do with this package is go to work. Because we're going to do all the groundwork. I'm flying to your city. It's got a lot of other stuff that I haven't named. But essentially, the biggest part is the business setup, the fully automated business with AI bots and automation, the virtual assistant, and me flying to your city, giving you the white glove service of what this is. Okay? Some people just want me in person. And again, I never offer it to the public, but now we are. I knew one day that was going to come too, just didn't know when. But I was going to wait till January, but I said, why wait? Put it out now. And in fact, watch this, y'all. Not trying to be, braggadocious or anything, but the first week we announced this, somebody wanted it. And for the first time ever in life, I turned them down, actually, right? So, and there's a lot to say into that. I'll try to keep it fast, but this is one product, guys, you can't just buy it. There's a phone call and there's an application. If you don't pass the requirements during that call and the application, you can't get this product, guys, right? So if you're not mentally ready, spiritually ready, family ready, all the things that requires to get this, I would gladly turn you down. Okay. And I'll admit, guys, watch this. I would have never told y'all that 5 years ago. If somebody wanted to write me a $20,000 check 5 years ago, I wouldn't care what it was for. Put it in my hand. That's a blessing to y'all, though, because I would not take your 20 grand if you ain't ready. Okay. So in the first week, in fact, it wasn't even 4 days. My team, like, Derrick, oh my God, my team was excited. Like, Derrick, somebody wants the legacy. Okay, great. Who? Okay, set the call up. Send the application. Guys, the call didn't even go 6 minutes. Okay, that's usually a 45-minute call minimum. That call didn't last 6 minutes. And I say, ma'am, thank you so much, but you actually don't meet the criteria of this. I already got the check. No. Take that check back wherever you got it from. Because, ma'am, you ain't ready. And what's going to happen? You're going to blame me. You're going to hate me. You're going to send me hate mail, Google mail. You're going to blame the whole world but yourself. And, guys, I heard it in 6 minutes. It didn't even take long. In 6 minutes, she told me that she wasn't ready for this. Now, can she buy that ILF Master Blueprint? Absolutely. But, ma'am, I am not going to allow you to write me a $20,000 check when I know you ain't ready. Not for what this one requires. So you guys should appreciate that. Most people just take y'all money and keep running with it. I don't want it. It's going to bring more problems for me on the back end. And today, don't have time for it. So I thank y'all so much, man. I love you guys like a fat kid loves cake. Make sure y'all join us tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, same conversation. Bring the questions that you may have, even when we leave tonight. And what's really cool, usually on Tuesdays, y'all, we discuss more so like the digital flow solutions and what runs this business. I want you guys to make sure you join us because I want you all to know what digitalflowsolutions.net is. It's an all-in-one CRM system that runs our entire business and any business that you have. I don't care if you're a mechanic, you own a daycare, you own a chiropractor, you babysit kids, you sell chocolate chip cookies, you fry chicken on the weekend, whatever. You need a website presence. And we want to make sure that. So I'm going to take one more break for tonight. We'll be right back, and I'm going to close you guys out of here.
Hey, what's going on, family? Please make sure that you watch our webinar, which is the first step to getting started. So just text the phrase more info, MOREINFO, to the phone number 407-326-0086. Don't type it in the chat. Don't put it below. Text it to that phone number. That way you get that free webinar, but also it leads to a discovery call with me and my team to see how we can get you started. So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, this is it. Show me anything else to where you can make such an impact in your community, serve God, but also make a bunch of money doing it. We don't hide that. We want to make a lot of money doing what this is so that we can extend our hand in the community and continue to be the answer to affordable housing. Text more info to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. Let's get back to the show. Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying this show. But just in case you was wondering, how in the world do we rent these properties or lease them? And what does the conversation sound like that we're telling the homeowner to convince them to rent their house to us? That's one of the biggest things in this business, and I want to give it to you. So text the word PURPOSE, PURPOSE, to the phone number 407-326-0086. And we're going to give you the exact guide to what we say, how do we dress, how do we find them? Everything you need to know in terms of to get your first property, we put it in the ebook. And again, it's called The Pursuit of Purpose and Profit. Text the word PURPOSE to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success.
All right, we are back. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I'm going to get ready to close you guys out of here. The last thing I want to show again, the Suarez family was asking about those ebooks. Got a bunch of them, right? Some of them are actually complimentary, so kind of get in again where you fit in. A lot of people like to start with the ebooks too. This first one is this was my first book I ever wrote. When I promised God that I would come back and kind of tell people what I did when everybody said, Derrick, that'll never work, bro. You can't do that. And instead of being a crab in a bucket, I just put it in a book. And then I wrote a sequel to it that calls I Have an ILF, Now What? Now these two books actually come together, y'all. So instead of paying $97 and $97, this actually comes as a bundle. So this ebook bundle is only $97, and it's called The ILF Bundle. Life After COVID-19. That's just my way of being a business coach, giving you guys some more information. What can you do to make some extra money that may not cost you no money? So after COVID, a lot of people got stuck and just kind of didn't know what to do. And what's cool about this book is still relevant today. Some of y'all done forgot about COVID, and that's a good thing, right? But this book called Life After COVID is just, again, the top 10 businesses that you guys can start that probably don't cost you no money to actually get it started. That book's actually complimentary. So if you go to our website at forstonconsultants.com/products and services, that book is actually free. Go ahead and get that. That real estate vocabulary book, that book is also complimentary. I noticed that when I started joining a lot of the real estate rooms, I didn't understand the lingo. I didn't understand the language, ARV. And we all heard of fix and flip. We know what that means. But what is an ARV? What does after repair value mean? What does all those little things in real estate, just 1,000 words. I got them from A to Z of everything you need to know. So that what if you listen to something, man, just pull that book out. That one, again, is complimentary. And it's called, again, the Real Estate Vocabulary Book. Every word that you need to know so that you don't get lost in real estate. Because again, yes, we discuss shared housing, but what if you want to do a Section 8 property or a fix and flip property? You need to know all those bank terms and loan to value. Like, what does that mean? I want you guys to know what it means. So print that book, put it in your back pocket. Another complimentary book is called Don't Wait to Be Great. That's what we live by. That book is just inspirational, just pushing you through wherever you are now. And I'll admit, these next two books are probably my biggest sellers and the best. The Pursuit of Purpose and Profit, that's the one that teaches you guys how to get the properties to do what we do. Like, you have a conversation with a landlord and say, hey, man, I want to rent your property and put 10 people in it. Well, that's not what you say, first of all. That book tells you what to say, how to say it, who to say it to, even down to how you should dress, whether you're male or female. So I go real deep in that book. That book's only $27. It's the cheat code of getting your properties. And my prayer is that when you follow that book, my prayer is that God gives you one landlord that owns the whole city. Some guy in your city that owns 55 properties. That's my prayer for you. So that every house you don't need 15 landlords. You need one guy that trusts this model and trusts you. Make sense, everybody? That's how I want that to be. Not you have 13 landlords. I want you to find one guy that owns the whole dadgum city. Every time you need a property, he call you. That's called favor. I pray that over y'all life. This next book right here is called, this is probably one of my favorite, right? How to Avoid the ILF Fiasco, the 12 dumbest mistakes Derrick made when he was getting started. That's an absolute great read as well. That book's, I think, only 27 books. And then the HRA, the Proven Strategies to start how to start your own housing program. Nevertheless, man, you guys scan that QR code. And anybody that stayed late to the end, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you. And if it's something that you're wanting out of our products, especially the DIY or the one-on-one coaching or the legacy, let Jen know. Tell Jen that you stayed to the end of YouTube and Derrick had something special. Derrick said that whoever stayed to the end of YouTube, Jen, you had something extra special. Mention that to Jen and she'll take care of you. Other than that, man, I appreciate you guys. I love y'all like a fat kid loves cake. And I'm going to say, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ever ask a thing, according to God's power. You guys be great. And we'll see you guys on the other side of success. Hopefully that's in your own independent living facility. Be great, guys.
Hey, what's going on, family? I hope you guys are enjoying the show. But just in case you was wondering, how in the world do we rent these properties or lease them? And what does the conversation sound like that we're telling the homeowner to convince them to rent their house to us? That's one of the biggest things in this business, and I want to give it to you. So text the word PURPOSE, PURPOSE, to the phone number 407-326-0086. And we're going to give you the exact guide to what we say, how do we dress, how do we find them, everything you need to know in terms of to get your first property. We put it in the ebook. And again, it's called The Pursuit of Purpose and Profit. Text the word PURPOSE to 407-326-0086, and we'll see you on the other side of success. I hope you guys are enjoying the information, and we super appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget, though, if you want to be an affiliate of what we do to get 40% of it, make sure you guys text the word affiliate to 407-326-0086. And remember, I pay 40% of whatever you sell. I hope you guys are enjoying the information. If you want more information just like
we figured out your problem. You have a great business or a great business idea. You just don't have a website. So visit digitalflowsolutions.net and get the best website in the world for only $97. And then you just pick your monthly.
Did you know that we had a Facebook Academy and it's absolutely free? Text the word JOIN, JOIN, to 407-326-0086 and join the rest of us. There's about 90 to 100 people joining that group a day, and it's like-minded people that